Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel to part number 5 of The Sims 4 Life and Death. You guys are probably wondering, what household is she playing right now? Well, I have finally moved Georgia's kids into town, and so they currently live in Del Sol Valley. Now, I do want to show you guys the family tree before we jump into anything, because I want you guys to get an understanding of the tea that we are about to witness in this episode. So basically, let me open up the family tree so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. So we have Casey. Casey is actually their child, and he has a sister, and his sister's name is Alicia. Casey is a child of both of them, but Casey is actually adopted. So Casey was adopted by Georgia and Walter. So he's not their biological son. The only biological child that they have is Alicia. Now, they've been trying to have another child. They were after they had Alicia, they were trying. So Alicia is older than Casey, and they've been trying to have another child after Alicia because they wanted to have a boy and a girl. But then when they found out that Georgia could not have any more kids, they decided that they were going to do an adoption. And so they adopted Casey. When they adopted Casey, Walter was in love with Casey. Like, Casey was his perfect boy. Casey was everything that Walter needed in his life. I know what I said in the very first episode, but that story's long dead and gone, and we're we're refabricating. Okay, so Casey's adopted. Now, Walter very much loves his son. He loves his son as if it's his own. He loves his son. However, he is noticing that there are certain things that Casey has begun to do that basically strays from the ideals that they have in their family. He's also very disappointed in his daughter because his daughter is a lesbian. She basically is married to a woman, and he refuses to go to their house. Okay, let's just put that there. He is not open to the idea of same-sex marriage, so he is very much taking a stance and just backing away from his daughter completely and her wife. Now, him and Casey had been close, but him and Casey recently had a falling out because of a certain situation. Now, mind you, him and Casey's wife, Maya, they never really got along. And it's not that it's just that Maya had this idea. Well, okay, how do I put this? So Casey has been telling his father that Maya doesn't want to have kids, which Maya did say that she want to have kids. She's just not ready to have children. But Casey is kind of wanting a child. And so he's put in his father's head that Maya is basically just, she doesn't want to have kids with him. And of course, because this is a soft spot for Walter, he got kind of pissed off with Maya. And so his dislike for Maya is in a whole different box right now. Okay, it's in a whole different box. Now let's jump into Casey's little household thing that we got going on here. Casey basically won the lottery and was able to buy this house. However, when Casey bought the lottery, the money that he was given to buy the lottery ticket was by a friend called Rocky. Now, we have 4 pictures down here. We will get to the pictures. But his best friend basically gave him the money to buy the tickets, and then he ended up having to split that lottery money with his best friend, right? Now, he feels as though, okay, we've won the lottery, we have all of this money, now we can settle down and have a child. Maya still was just like, I'm not ready to have a child yet. Like, I'm just not ready. We're young. We have our lives ahead of us. There's so many things I want to do. I want to make money. I want to have my own career. And he's just like, babe, you don't need to make money. Like, we won the lottery. We have the money. But she was just like, I want to have my own thing, And he basically took that as, okay, she wants to do her own thing. Maybe she doesn't want to have a child with me. But that's not what she was saying. Anyways, so basically, he poked a hole in the condom on the night that they had sex, and So basically she's pregnant now, but she doesn't know that she's pregnant, even though it says here that she's eating for two. She doesn't really realize that she's pregnant. She's just woke up and she's just like, babe, I've just been feeling so sick lately. I don't know what's going on. And he knows that he broke the condom, but he's just pretending like he didn't do this fucking situation. Like he's just pretending like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but secretly inside he knows that she's pregnant because it's what he wanted. Now, to make situations worse, let's move on over here to Rocky. So, Rocky, when he got his portion of the lottery money that they won, Rocky gambled his. And then Rocky found out that his baby mama was pregnant. When the baby mama gave birth, she actually died giving birth to their child. So the baby mom is no more. And Rocky has to raise the child on his own. Rocky got kicked out of the apartment that he was living in, and then he reached out to Casey and was just like, hey man, I got a kid and I need a place to stay, and I was wondering if I could stay at yours. Casey, of course, being the small-minded individual that he is, was just like, oh yeah, sure, man. I mean, at the same time, you can say that he was caring because he heard kid and he's like, nah, man, I can't let you and your kid be on the streets, which is good. But at the same time, Maya cannot stand Rocky for nothing. Rocky has been in the very beginning of all of the problems that she's had with Casey. In fact, her relationship with Casey is actually strained because of Rocky. Because every time Rocky's around, it's a problem. Every time Rocky's around, Casey starts drinking, Casey becomes abusive. This kind of situation happens between her and Casey where they're arguing all the time. And she's trying to convince him that, Rocky is the reason for all of this. Like, Rocky is the cause. He's just not a good friend. But Casey doesn't want to hear it because him and Rocky, they grew up together. So he doesn't want to hear a bad word about his friend. All right. He doesn't want to hear one bad thing about his friend. And then we have poor little Ridge, who is Rocky's son, he named him Ridge. Okay. The mom didn't get to name him. He named Rocky Ridge. All right. We're going to go ahead and, pick him up now. He's not the best dad either because he yells at his son. He is just very, he leaves the kid at home and they just automatically assume that because Maya is at home that Maya will take care of the little boy, which is very, very unfortunate, but at the same time it's what's going on. So this is their home. This is their special little area, and down here is where we are going to have down here is basically where we're gonna have little Ridge do his sleeping. So I kind of want to pop a toddler bed in here because now Ridge is going to be staying here with us. So we're gonna pop a little toddler bed down just so that at least he has a place to sleep and that the storyline can really proceed. So this is his little toddler bed. I'll even pop a potty chair down for good measure just so that he has a place that he can do his little potty thing in. And maybe we'll even pop a high chair in the kitchen for good measure at the table. But other than that, she's not really interested in having a kid around. And let's see if maybe if Ridge might just be the thing that softens up her heart, even though she's kind of pregnant now and she doesn't really know that she's pregnant. So, okay, let's not do the toddler like that. Come on now. We gotta put some toys in here for him. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just grab a couple toys real quick. Maybe this big little Easter bunny thing. And then we can probably pop down. Oh, this is so cute. Why have I never seen this before? What is this? Never seen this before. We can put down this little toy chest thingy right here. And maybe we can even put down this little dollhouse on the outside of the house. Like maybe right out here under this tree. So we'll have that little dollhouse there. And I think that's going to be about it in terms of... maybe we'll give him another toy. Like maybe this little build-a-block thing. We can give him that. So that's going to be that. Now, right now... Maya and Casey, don't sleep in the same bed. So we're assigning this bed to Casey, and Maya sleeps upstairs in this room up here. Maya is just, she's over it. She's over it. The relationship is strained, and she's been trying to make it work, but ever since Rocky moved in, things have just been very, 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 very hard between the both of them. So she doesn't really see eye to eye with him, and she's just at this point just over it. So I'm gonna have her go ahead and she's gonna watch a movie right now. She woke up this morning and she was just feeling extremely exhausted. She was actually gonna take a nap. So I think maybe I'll just have her do that, but she is going to go ahead and just kind of nap on the sofa since she is feeling a little tired. So I'll have her do that. She's going to take her nap. I like this. Whatever this is, I like that. She's going to go ahead and take her nap. Oh, well, well, well. If it isn't Rich and Rocky actually taking care of his child for her first. I think what we're going to do is we're gonna have Rocky come in here and he is going to do a little bit of a workout, and maybe Ridge can go ahead and, oh, he was actually gonna go splash in the toilet, so I'll let him do that. He wants to be friendly with Maya. That is so sweet. I'm gonna tag that in. He actually wants to be friendly with Maya, and they have a dog, and their dog's name is Bruno. I forgot to mention little Bruno here. Bruno has been with Casey for a long time. So Bruno's just kind of sleeping in the hallway here. Everybody's a little bit tired, so everybody's kind of sleeping. And Rocky is trying to get some exercise in. Now, I am playing with this family in this episode because I really want to keep you guys in tune with the family and what's going on. So we will be doubling in between each and everything that's been going on. And due to the fact that we had to move in the family members, the vacation was cut short from Tartosa. So I am going to actually have him go ahead and call Georgia. He's gonna wake up and he's gonna kind of have a nice little chat with his mom because he wants to ask her, how was her trip in Tartosa and that kind of stuff. So he's calling his mom and he's just like, hey mom, how was the trip? How was the flight? How was everything? And of course, Georgia's just letting him know, like, I had an amazing time. Your father doesn't have any chill whatsoever, but I had an amazing time, baby. It was fun. The sun, the beach, I needed all of this fun vibe, and I'm so glad that we ended up coming to Tartosa. I don't know what I would have done, but I'm just glad that we ended up coming out here. So he's gonna go ahead and play a little. He's gonna practice juggling. Rocky is doing his exercise thing. Maya is kind of taking a nap. She's not really in the mood to cook. I do think maybe I might have her do a little bit of a jog or maybe head out to the gym since she just kind of needs the peace and quiet. So we're going to head out with Maya today. We're going to go down to the gym. So there is a pectoral fitness gym down here, and we're going to go with Maya. She's going by herself. She's leaving them all at home because she's just like, yeah, I cannot deal with this. The strain that she is feeling in this relationship, you guys, is hectic. And I know for a fact that something has to budge. It's either she's gonna leave Casey or she's gonna kick Rocky out. Because this girl really doesn't give two F's about the kid. And it's unfortunate, but this is reality. We're not gonna be playing and going, oh, we have to feel sorry for this kid, or we have to feel sorry for that kid. This is just how she feels. She feels as if ever since Rocky came into their lives, it's just been a strain. The relationship has been a strain, and she cannot stand it. And why is this man swimming in his good turtle skin shoes? I don't understand. Anyways, I think I'm gonna have her go ahead and just back float in the pool. There is a pool at their house, but she's just like, yeah, I rather swim in the pool at the gym, because at this point, if I have to look in Rocky's face, if I have to see Rocky's toddler just tootling over the place, I'm gonna get upset. So I'm just gonna be here. So of course she left. She didn't tell them where she was going. She just decided to leave, and that's it. Now I don't know what the relationship between her and I don't think she has that much of a relationship with his parents. And we need to kind of work on that. I think maybe that's what we should have done. Instead of having her come to the gym, she's going to hop on a train and she is going to go over to Georgia's place. And I think she's going down here because she really needs to have a conversation with his parents and she really needs to let them know what's been going on. Now, mind you, Walter isn't really too fond of Walter isn't too fond of Maya, but I'm pretty sure that Georgia will be open-minded to the situation. So she's just arrived at Moppy Manor and she's going to go ahead and she is going to knock on the door. So go on and knock on the door. We've got a little bit of some stuff that we need to achieve today. So she's knocking on the door, and of course, Georgia inside, she says, "Come in." And of course, they're just sitting in here in their little night clothes. She's watching TV, and Walter is playing chess. Georgia, please don't, not right now. Please don't sleep. I know you're tired and whatnot. Probably just had a long flight from Tartosa, but she's like, "Hi, Miss Georgia. You don't know me like that, but I'm actually Casey's wife." And she's like, "Oh, Casey's wife. Oh, it's you. I'm so sorry we hadn't really, gotten to know each other like that. Casey has just been so distant ever since he got married. The marriage that he didn't even invite us to." And of course, she's just like, "Well, that really wasn't my doing. He's just been doing all of this extra stuff and trying to keep me away from you guys." Of course, George is just like, keep you away, sweetie. What are you talking about? And it's just like, ever since his friend came around, it's just been crazy at home, and our relationship is honestly so strained. I don't know what to do. You're my last resort. I need to talk. And she's just like, "Well, baby girl, as much as I would like to talk to you, I am sleepy and I need to get off to bed. I've had a long haul flight and I need to sleep." And of course, Walter is just like, "I really underestimated you. I honestly thought that you were such a bad influence on my son. But after I just kind of overheard you talking to my wife, I'm starting to see that maybe perhaps I was wrong about you." And of course, she's just like, "You know what? It's okay. Casey's basically filled your head up with a bunch of stuff, and I just honestly I don't know where I stand in his life anymore. He's basically made it clear that Rocky's his friend." And of course, Walter's just like, "Rocky? Who the hell is. Wait, are you talking about Rockwood? That little boy that he grew up with?" Oh, I always knew that little boy was bad news. So she's going to go ahead and share her deep thoughts, and she's having a deep conversation with him. She's letting him know about everything that's been happening in the house, about Rocky and the fact that Rocky has a kid, and she is just overwhelmed right now and she just kind of needs help. I know their expressions aren't really showing what I'm trying to say, but basically that's what's going on because I'm the one telling the story, okay? So she's explaining to Walter the situation, and Walter is telling her, like, "You know what? Maybe I need to have a talk. I need to have a talk with him." And then she's like, "You know what? You're not a bad guy at all." And he's like, "Why, thank you. You're not a bad girl either. You're actually a sweetheart, and I actually really do appreciate that." Now, I do have UI cheats in here, so I do want to turn it into winter time because we are in December. It is Christmas time, so we are going to just change the season so that the trees can be all nice and prepared for the winter time. I am so ready for snow to be falling and that kind of stuff. I don't think snow falls in Del Sol Valley, but we'll try. Anyways, she's going to be like, "Oh yeah, well, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what was going on within my household because things are just a little bit hectic at home." And he's like, "No, no, don't worry, sweetie. I'm gonna have a call and I'm gonna talk to my son because he has been stirring up drama in this family and I don't stand for it. I honestly don't stand for it." So she's just looked out the window and she's seen this guy. She's a little bit smitten, Imagine I say she's a little bit smitten, and then it shows that she's just not attracted to this guy at all. What did I say? Okay, so she's just having a conversation with this guy. She's gonna go ahead and just discuss some interests with him and just kind of lie about her career and that kind of stuff. Tell him a funny story, that kind of stuff. She's just trying to get to know this guy right here. In truth and fact, we really did come over here to speak with Georgia. But Georgia went off to bed. And so initially, the whole thing was we ended up speaking with Walter. Walter ended up telling us that he apologizes for, taking his son's side. And of course, we're just like, you know what? It's understandable. He's your son. We expect nothing less. But at the same time, he needs to be held out. What the heck is this? He needs to be held accountable. Do you understand how grim this is? Two elderly people live on the end of the street, and right across the street from them is a festival about caskets. It's almost like the universe is inviting them to die because I just can't. This is the most grim thing I've ever seen. It's a whole buy your casket thing, and this is happening right in front of the house. This is ridiculous. I can't. Anyways, these two are having a little lovely kiss. She's going to sit down and she is going to kind of talk with. I think Georgia probably recognized something just now. Georgia is just like, you don't look too well. Is everything okay? And she's just like, I don't know. I've just been feeling a little bit sick lately. Of course, Georgia's now like, are you sure you're not pregnant? She's like, no, no, we're not pregnant. I mean, we have sex, but we use a condom. And of course, Georgia's just like, sweetie, I wasn't born in 1997. And I'm telling you, you look pregnant. But if you say you don't look pregnant, that's okay. I really wish I was playing Georgia right now because Georgia is actually a love consultant, and so it would be really nice for Georgia to give her some tips. I'm actually wondering if maybe perhaps she can learn a little bit about Georgia's job, and then she would get the option to ask Georgia for some tips on her relationship and how she can fix her relationship. But right now, I really don't know. Like, is their relationship fixable? Is she wanting to fix the relationship? I really just truly do not know. So, this episode here is basically us introducing the son. In the next episode, I want to introduce their daughter and her wife, and I want to give you a backstory on them. Now, I'm also letting you guys know that we will be playing interchangeably between households. So right now, as you guys can see, we're not necessarily playing with Georgia and Walter. We are playing with his son. And we are kind of building up relationships and lifestyle with both families. And then we will be introducing another family to the mix, which is going to be Casey's, which is definitely going to be Casey's sister. So we're definitely going to look into Alicia and Alicia's little thing, what Alicia got going on. But this is the situation. So right now I'm going to have Maya go on home. She's going to head home. And once Maya is home, we can kind of end off the episode, everything that is going on with Maya, everything that is going on with Alicia and whatnot. We'll just have her go home and then we'll end off the episode because I don't want to keep the episode long. I kind of just wanted it to be the storyline to getting to know this family so that whenever I introduce these Sims, you guys will not be confused and be like, oh my god, who is this? Where did this person come from? I want you guys to be in the know when it comes to what Sims I'm playing, what the storyline is, where the storyline's going. So to recap on everything that I've spoken about so far, we will be interchangeably playing between Georgia and Walter, Casey, Rocky, Ridge, and Maya, and then Alicia and Rhea. which you guys will get to meet eventually. So of course she's going to go ahead and she is going to come in here, and she is going to try and be a little bit romantic, and she is going to she's gonna kiss his cheek. He is paranoid. That's something that him and his sister have in common. They are paranoid. Yes, I am gonna give him that because he is just like his sister. They are both very paranoid. She's coming in and she's trying to fix things. You know, she literally is trying to fix things. So I'm gonna have her go ahead and she is going to use the toilet. Casey, on the other hand, is basically going to... What is this? So he wants to adopt a pet, made a self-discovery, fell in love, got married. Okay, that whole shebang. I do need to check on his needs and see what he needs to do. And one of the things that he needs to do is to take a shower. So I will have him go ahead and... Your Sims can't take off their clothes in front of a child. Please do not splash in no damn toilets around here. Can you not? And... Casey is gonna go ahead and take a shower. I think I need to find that mod where you can control any sim, just so that I can disable controls for Rocky and Ridge, because I really don't care about those two. Like, they're just here living, making our lives a living hell. I'm just trying to... Oh! I am just trying to focus on Ridge. I'm just trying to focus on Casey and Maya. And as you can see, Maya is pregnant right now, so there's going to be a child on the way. I do need to put some stuff in here for our doggo, so I'm going to go ahead and pop in a couple little doggy things that I think would really help out. Let's start off with a doggy feeding bowl. And then we need a bed for Mr. Man here, and he can kind of sleep... He can kind of sleep in here. I think in here would be a great place for him to sleep. Actually, we'll get rid of this. And since this closet in here doesn't really, you know, owe to anything, we'll just put the doggy bed in here. So we're going to put his little thing in here, and then we can kind of put a nice little squeezy ball inside there with his other thing. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and end off this episode right here. I want to thank you guys so much for coming by and checking out my channel. Do you see that there's a storm happening outside? Let's go ahead and fill this up so that Bruno can get something to eat. And then also the weather is very bad right now, so it's not like a good... Oh, I didn't even realize that there were things propped up against this there were things propped up against this thing here. So we got to move this to the front here and have him come and fill this. Can you not cook right now and just fill up Bruno's bowl with food? And let's call Bruno to get something to eat. So of course he's calling Bruno to get something to eat. And then I think what I'm going to have him do is prepare something to eat and then head off to bed, which it looks like he's going to make macaroni and cheese. And Maya is off to bed. So I'm going to end off this episode with Maya fast asleep. Rocky, no. No. Please do not, because she really don't like you like that, bro. She does not like you like that. This is her room. Lock 4. And we're locking for everyone but Maya. This is Maya's personal space. Please do not invade her personal space. If you want to take a shower, there's a downstairs shower that you can use. Anyways, I'm going to end off this episode right here. I want to thank you guys so much for coming by, checking out my channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section of the video down below. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.